So, good morning everybody. Now, today I'm going to talk about how this travel story here that I got published in this magazine and 5 others got me a free villa in Bali. Me, my wife and my kid were there for 4 weeks in a villa with a pool, with a gardener, and I got paid by magazines to be there. I hadn't got the gig when I went there, okay? It was more like me traveling, and I had my camera gear with me, and then magically somehow, or it was quite a bit of hustle maybe, I ended up in a position where well, let me just talk about it instead. Okay, so I walk into a place which is called the Chill House in Indonesia on Bali, and it's quite a hit place, you know, it's for surfing and whatnot. And the owner who runs it, he's been a surf guide, then he's got kids, so he hasn't got a lot of time. And surfing is, you know, drive for 2 hours and then the waves are shit and you drive here, there, checking everything. But mountain biking is consistent. So he'd started liking mountain biking, and then he saw me and he just assumed that I mountain bike. He came straight over and said, "Do you mountain bike?" And I was like, "Yes." And then he said, "Okay, you want to go mountain biking tomorrow?" And I'm just like, "Yes, why not?" And then we went mountain biking, and I just saw the most scenic trails, and then my journalist brain starts kicking in. Nobody has covered this before. I have never seen anything about mountain biking in Indonesia, and this is where you always should look for your stories, in the stuff that you know. Write what you know, the niche that you're interested in, because then you can actually identify what is unique and what's not. And what is unique is what is going to get you published. So anyway, I proposed to this guy, "Hey, we're living here for a week, so what if I bring my camera equipment and do some more stuff?" And he just says, "Bang, yes, great idea." And we start mountain biking a bit, and he says, "You know what, you should stay here longer and we can visit all the trails in Indonesia." And it's the off season, right? So he's got a villa, and he says, "Move out of that bungalow that you paid for a week. All right, you paid for that, but stay here longer, 1 month. The villa is empty. Take it." We had our own gardener, secluded on Bali. I was just like, what is going on? I kid you not. The price for it was 1,500 euros a week for 4 weeks. What's that? It's like £6,000, 6,000 euros, $6,000, something like that. How is this happening? But it was just a piece of luck, but also a piece of identifying what works and just going for it. You know, I had no idea if I was going to be able to sell this to anyone. And I told him as well, I was upfront, I was honest, but I said, I think I can do it because it's unique, it's this, it's that. And he said, "Okay, let's go." And this is the secret behind business owners. For me to pay for that villa would be $6,000, but for him to give it to me is probably just 1,000. You know, well, he's got staff, he's got his mortgage, he's got electric, all this stuff. But it's not a high cost for him, but it's very high value for me. So in this way, we always seem like we don't want to ask too much, okay? Like, oh shit, I can't ask for $6,000. You're not. You're actually just asking for $1,000. So you think about it from the business owner's perspective. How much value is there in this? I can bet you he got such a lot of customers, because this was published in this cover shot here is from Indonesia, and also I won't be bothered finding the other one, but it was published in New Zealand as well. That one I've got here. Australia I didn't get a hold of, only online. Asia, and it was also published in the Netherlands. Was this the Netherlands? Yes, this is the Netherlands, but also in France. So yeah, some of the magazine's editors, they're really cool, and they're like, yeah, we'll send it to you. Of course, he knew that I got a cover shot, which I was stoked. I've only had 4 cover shots in my life. So yeah, he understood that, so he actually sent me the magazine. But some random guy in Norway, they won't be bothered to send a magazine from Australia for, you know, for like 3 pages, whatever. It's not that special for them. It's cool for me, but it's not that special. But anyway, the clue is that when you get it published 5 different places and you get paid, what, I don't know, around €300, $300 for each. Some places 500, a bit more for this one, where I also got the cover shot. Then it starts rolling. What's like 300 times 5? Okay, so I got paid 1,500 and I got a villa for 66,000 free. So I'm just like, it's such a great deal just by being at the right place in the right time. But I could have just said, I'm here to surf. I don't really feel like mountain biking. But I said, yes, let's go mountain biking. Why not? And then when I see it, I said, I've got my camera, and I start pitching. And you know, pitching a businessman, it's just like pitching an editor. You have to see what's in it for them, what's in it for him. And I knew immediately that there was business in this for him, because, you know, I mentioned the chill house, and I also had a good dialogue with him afterwards. I said, okay, it's going to be published here, here, there. And he says, okay, nice. I will buy ads. I will buy advertisements for the chill house, full pages in these magazines right after the article. The one he even bought the back of the magazine. I should have found this before I started the video. I'm not going to look through everything now, please, so I can find it a bit fast. No, that's just a waste of your time. Anyway, it was a great experience for me, and I think it can be, the process can be replicated if you go to hotels, not maybe face, but email. Just, it's a numbers game. Just email a bunch of hotels, and I'm not talking about the Marriott and the Hilton and the big chains. Find small hotels, boutique hotels, or whatever they're called, or bungalows, or like in a destination you want to go who is privately owned. There's one guy and his family owned, run places. They will give you the discounts, 20% discount very often, but if you're lucky you'll get the whole shebang for free. And that's how I made it happen, and good luck in hunting down your own deals. You're great. Subscribe if you want to, I don't know.